Hello students, good morning. Now we are already knowing it, the coronavirus lockdown situations. Due to that, we are now starting the online classes. Today, now let me start with the chemistry. Okay? That is a lesson number 1. Chemistry subject, lesson number 1. Its name is matter. We as already knowing about the matter, what it is. Let me revise the definition of matter. Matter which has the mass and occupy the space. The things which has a mass and occupy the space, that particular thing is known as a matter. Some examples already we can count. Uncountable number of examples are around us. We already knowing about it, but still again let me see some examples like a stone, water, air, book, cupboard, bed, etc. Many things are there around us that are known as the matter, because that things are having the mass and they all are occupying the space. We also know that the matter is made up of tiny particles. That particles are called as molecules. We should remember this definition can be asked in exam. Define the molecule. So we can say that matter is made up of tiny particles that are called as molecules. These molecules are held together by a force of attraction called as intermolecular force. These molecules, when combined together, composing the matter, they comes together. At that time, they have a one force of attraction between them. That force of attraction between the molecules of matter exist is called as intermolecular force. I repeat, molecules which are held together by a force of attraction called as a intermolecular force. In a similar way, when the molecules come close to each other, they may have some space between them. So the space between the particle can be defined as intermolecular space. Space between the particles called as intermolecular space. Diagrammatically, we can represent this way. This is a matter made up of these tiny particles. Now, the space between these particles, when there is no molecules in between the space, so the space between any of the particle is called as a intermolecular space, and each particles with the other particle is attracted by a force of attraction. This force of attraction is known as a intermolecular force. So these 2 points are main important points. We have to be remember them. Their definition can be also asked in exams. Now, intermolecular space and intermolecular force between the particles which exist, it is always differ from substance to substance. In different substance, it exists in different way. But for any of the substance, intermolecular force is stronger than intermolecular space is very small. It means if the particles are very close to each other, they will be always bind with the strong force. So when the space is less, force is strong. And the opposite of that, vice versa. Intermolecular force is weak, then intermolecular space will be larger. It means the particles are very far away from each other, then they have a weak force of attraction. If the particles are very close to each other, then the force of attraction will be very strong. So it means we can say that intermolecular force and intermolecular space are inversely proportional with each other. Inversely means oppositely proportional with each other. One is less than other is strong. Space is less than the force is strong. Space is larger than the force is weaker. Now, we also know that the matter is exist in 3 different state. So, the state of matter are solid, liquid and gaseous. Like example, a very known, well known, easiest example which we see in day to day life is a water. It exists in a three different state: ice, which is its solid state; liquid water, water which we drink, that is in a liquid state; and water vapors are in the gaseous state. So the state of three different state of water, that are the ice, water and water vapor. They are in solid, liquid and gaseous state respectively. From this, we can understand that the kind of a matter, that is molecules, which are constituting the ice, water and water vapor, that molecules are the same. Their formula is H2O. Water formula already we knowing it, that is the H2O. So each and every particle of water, either it is in the form of a ice, or either in the form of a water, or either it is in a form of a water vapor, all these molecules are nothing but H2O molecules. It means in these three states, though the states are different, but the matter is the basically same. Their molecules, their characteristics are the same. What causes the state of matter? Actually, the reason behind the different state of matter which exist, that is the arrangement of molecules in the matter. The constituting molecules does not changes. The arrangement of molecules in the matter will decide the state of matter, whether the matter is exist in the solid state or a liquid state or a gaseous state. That are the two factors which decide or responsible for the state of matter. That two factors are: first factor is intermolecular force, second factor is intermolecular space. The intermolecular force will be very strongest in the solid state. It will be the weaker in the liquid state. It will be the weakest in the gaseous state. So we come to know again the main important point: whatever the different three state of matter which are exist, all that are containing the molecules of the matter, that molecules are remain always same, but the arrangement of molecules will be decide the state of matter, whether the matter is exist in solid state or a liquid state or in a gaseous state. That depends upon the two factor. The first factor, important factor, is intermolecular force. The second factor is intermolecular space. The first force, if we will consider the first factor, we will consider intermolecular force. It will be the strongest, then the matter is solid state. If it will be the weaker, then it will be in the liquid state. If the intermolecular force is the very weakest form, then it is in the gaseous state. In the similar manner, the second factor is intermolecular space. It is the smallest. If the intermolecular space is the smallest, then it is a solid. It little bit larger, then the state is liquid. If it is a very largest, very much high, maximum, then the state is gaseous state. These 2 points we can easily represent in the form of a diagram. The solid state, in which molecules are very close to each other. The force of attraction which exists between them is the strongest, maximum. Intermolecular force is the strongest. As they are very close to each other, it means the space is very less negligible, that is the smallest. If the force is strongest, space is smallest, then the matter will exist in the solid state, because particles are very compactly, tightly, very close to each other. Then we can say that the matter is exist in a solid state. In the next state, that is in liquid state, this diagram can be shown for the liquid state. Here the molecules are little bit further away from each other. The space between them is little larger, and the force between them, the force which is exist between them, which is binding them, that force is little weaker. So intermolecular force is little bit weak, and intermolecular space is little large. Then the matter can be exist in the form of a liquid state. Here the particle can move within the mass of the liquid. Within the mass of a liquid, the particles can be freely moved. Now the third state of solid is nothing but the gaseous state. In this, the particles are very far away from each other, and they have a very weak force of attraction. So intermolecular force is weakest, and the intermolecular space is very large, that is the largest. So here the particles are very free to move randomly in any direction with the any speed, with the any force. They can move as they like here and there, anywhere. So these are the three states of matter which can be represented diagrammatically. They can be differ from each other from the two factor, that is the intermolecular force in a solid is strongest. Intermolecular force in a liquid is weak. Intermolecular force in a gas is weakest. The second factor is intermolecular space. In a solid state, it is a very smallest, negligible, we can say that. Very less space available between the particles. In a liquid state, the space is little larger. But in the gaseous state, it is a very largest. It means very high. The particles are very far away from each other. Thus we can say that molecules are most tightly held in the solid state and loosely held in liquid state, and almost independent, that is free totally to move in a gaseous state. So up to this point we had completed the state of matters, that is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. In exam, the different questions related with this topic can be asked, that is a definition of matter, then definition of molecules, then the different state of matters, the factor which are responsible for the state of matter. That factor are intermolecular force and intermolecular space. Their definition also, and how they are related with each other. That is, one is the weakest, then other is the largest. This way we have to remember them. Then how they are differ in solid, in liquid, and in gaseous state, and the diagrammatic representation of solid, liquid and gaseous state. All these points can be asked in exam in the form of the different questions. Definitions either can be asked, define, or the name the factor, how they are differ from each other, their relationship, name the state of matters, show their diagrams. These questions can be asked in exams. Even also these topic can be asked in filling the blanks, make the correct sentence and all these things. Please students, read the textbook which you have. After listening this complete period, one lecture, please go through your textbook. The reading the textbook will correlate your topic, and then you can understand all the topics which are explained in this. In the next class, we will move for the next topic, that is the interconvergent state of matter. Let me just introduce it, then we will continue in the next period. Next topic will be interconvergent of state of matter. Interconversion means the changes of state of matter from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or gas to liquid, liquid to solid. How a solid will change into the liquid, a liquid will change into the gas, or a gas is changed into the liquid, or liquid is get changed into the solid. This point we will continue in the next period. This interconversion of state of matter will be responsible for the many things which we are used in our day-to-day life. Let we correlate also them and what are their characteristics, how it is taken place, that all the points we will study in the next period. Thank you.